What's
Yo,
up, guys?
what's
Happy
up,
Friday
freak
and welcome
bitches?
back.
Every time I think I'm going to use someone else's intro to a podcast. That was Joe Rogan's.
Yeah.
What's up, freak bitches? How we doing? Happy Friday. Welcome, Operation
I
Hustle.
didn't know he said that.
Yeah, he does. What's
Every
up, freak
episode.
bitches?
What's up, you freak bitches? And the
Uh-huh.
monkey goes off.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I like the monkey.
The monkey.
Yeah.
But it's catchy. I'm going to use someone's every time. Maybe one day I'll come up with my own.
Yeah.
But anyway, welcome to Operation Hustle, the number one podcast in the world. Again, just stole that too. Logan Paul does that. So I'm going to steal his little tactics.
Okay, so
Until
tell
it
them what we're
works for
talking
me.
about today.
We're going to talk about working out because that's what we do. And we're going to teach you how to make your own workout routine if you're up to it. Now, believe me, people, it's not easy. It looks easy, sounds easy. It's not easy.
You
That's
might
why
be
you
thinking,
hire us.
How do they have a profession? Well, we will explain.
Very easily. People are lazy. People don't like to research. And people like to give up very fast.
Well, it's not even just that. Okay, I've said this before. It's the fact that not everything out there is for you. Okay?
Yeah.
And there's a difference. And a lot of people don't understand the science that like hypertrophy versus power and strength. And so you got a lot of girls out there doing 3 sets of 10, and then they're hoping to lose weight and burn fat with that, you know? And that's not actually the right sort of programming that you need for weight loss.
Yeah, girls.
Yeah, women.
Women,
Call them out, Abby.
Come on.
you
Women
know
hate
Get your
better.
shit together.
Stop looking at Instagram girls for
Oh.
workouts and workout programs.
Well, you could check out ours, though.
Listen,
Make
there's
sure to
nothing
like, follow, and
wrong-
subscribe to all the channels.
There's nothing wrong with getting an idea for an exercise. What I'm saying is don't follow the exact little routine that they post below in that little comments, because again, you don't understand what a program is and what it means and why that person's doing that.
Yeah.
Right? So
Well, that's what we're
looking
going to go
at-
over today.
You're looking at an Instagram girl that's already shredded and maybe is going for power and strength, right? And that's not what you may be going for. So that's why it's important to understand programming, and that's why it's important that people like us exist and do this for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a step-by-step process. It takes a little bit of time. That's why we exist. We create the program for you to do and fulfill due to your goals. So
Yeah.
what I always say, the way to start out a program is to really figure out why and what you're doing this for and what you want to achieve. Is it weight loss? Is it muscle building? And these things can change throughout the program as well. And that is the coolest thing about the gym.
Yeah,
Is it always
absolutely.
changes.
Woo.
And your goals may change, and then your style of training will change. In term, like you're always going to learn. There's always something to learn. I still learn, and I've been learning for a long time. I'm 31, right?
And I
31?
think it's important to know this too, because it will actually help. I think people really do the research on what type of gym or facility they're looking for,
Yeah.
right? Because places like Orange Theory, F45, like these places have a particular workout programming
Yep.
that they use that isn't necessarily for everyone or for every goal, right? And same
Yeah.
thing with Pilates and Pure Barre.
It's
They
really
may be
not
for a specific
tailor-made.
type of person and have a specific type of goal in mind, and it's not tailor-made, right? So again, it's almost like looking at Instagram girls workout and then doing the same thing by
Which you-
joining facilities
but
and
you can do
following their
that.
programming. And you can, but I'm just saying it will help them to maybe understand a little bit more when they're researching what they need for them.
Yeah. Here's a simple rule. KISS. KISS. Keep
Oh.
it simple, stupid.
There it is.
Yep.
Programs
So-
are as unique and individual as the people that complete them.
Yeah.
So you're
100%.
unique, you're different. And if you're trying to copy someone exactly, you're not that person. So
Yeah.
your program should probably have some changes.
I absolutely can't do Alejandro's animalistic movements.
Great.
You could if you practice.
I'm not saying I couldn't, I guess.
just
That
did.
was wrong. That was wrong. I probably could, but I do think that he has a different type of flexibility, a different type of endurance than me.
He's a
Um,
reptilian, bro. He ain't even
well, yeah.
human.
Yeah.
So
Look at this guy.
Yeah, and there's no way that I'm deadlifting as much as Justin or doing toe touches or tucks or flippies like Abby.
Yeah.
Flippies,
We're all
flippy,
different in our own
flippy.
way, and Allie could punch me in the stomach, and I'd probably die.
Yeah.
So he's
Exactly.
a ninja.
So again,
Turtle.
different type of programming for different type of people. But I
Yes.
want to quickly go into a little tip myself. So when it goes into programming for weight loss, right, targeting fat, stored fat, it's very important that people understand, because I can't tell you how many times people get it wrong time and time again. The best type of cardio that you should do for burning fat is HIIT, HIIT, high intensity interval training, because this type of method allows you to preserve the muscle and burn fat at the same time.
Ooh.
Getting on the treadmill, Going to a workout class where it's the same type of intensity, there's no jacking the heart rate up and down like you should be, is only going to make you skinny fat. Yes, it will burn fat, but it will also burn muscle, right? So if that's not the look that you want or are wanting to go for, then avoid this. Okay.
Oh, my hand's cramping.
They're just completely taking away from everything I'm saying.
I was
Just watch us
doing
be
the sign
dumb.
language, you know.
So if you're bored, just watch us and we'll do stupid things and we'll keep you
Yeah.
entertained.
And if you're deaf, you might get some semblance of what's going on.
Dope. All right, so we've already
much.
established. I kind of want to break down, like, all right,
Can we
really.
go a little bit more into that?
No, I'm gonna just
quickly?
go. Okay, we'll go into yours one more time. What are we talking about? I got
Wow,
distracted.
he
I
already
distracted
got
myself.
distracted because he was
This is
making
what
a
lizard
difference.
brain is, people. If you
Okay.
have it,
Women,
tell your
if
wives
you
about
have
it.
a husband, you have a man at home, this is exactly what happens. Lizard brain, within 2 seconds of you speaking, they're thinking about something completely different.
Yeah.
Anyways, so hypertrophy,
Instant.
you know, so not hypertrophy, HIIT. High intensity
Hypertrophy.
interval training, and why that's important, why that is so much different than getting on a treadmill and running for miles and being a long distance runner, or doing a workout that does not jack that heart rate up and bring it back down at all during the workout, because maybe you've already been doing like the elliptical or the spin bike, or maybe again you're doing a workout class that you've done the same workout class, same routine, haven't progressed any sort of weights in that class for month after month, and now you're no longer seeing results, or you're just getting more of a skinny fat look.
All right, HIIT style training, it works. It keeps you busy. It keeps your mind busy. You're not bored as fuck on a treadmill for 60 minutes just walking your fucking ass. You are moving. You're grooving. It is definitely fun to do, but it's torturous and it hurts and it doesn't feel good, but it does in the end.
Yeah.
So it's worth it. I think it's 100%. Just from like using it with my clients, I feel like they enjoy it a little bit more. It keeps them entertained. It's not like just like get on this machine and we'll see you in 45 minutes. It's hard work and a lot of movement. That's why it works and it keeps your ass moving. So that's what I have to say about HIIT. I use it for myself, but I do use it for a lot of weight loss clients for sure.
Okay, so we're going over
Right now, just HIIT style training.
Yeah.
Why it's
And
important
then-
of workouts that jack that heart rate up and down rather than
Yeah.
just keeping steady state pace.
Yeah, and I think you guys covered that really well. I was actually going to ask a question about, what other. So we've got HIIT style training, and that's for specifically losing weight and maintaining muscle mass. So, we have clients that come in for, I'd say, about 3 different reasons, right? So number 1 is functionality.
Yeah.
Number 2 is aesthetics.
Yeah.
And then number 3 is geez.
Oh man, you
Did I
just had
lose it?
bro.
Oh my
Lizard brain
gosh.
kicked in.
There it is,
Right
lizard
there,
brain at
ladies.
its finest.
You're seeing it at its finest.
This is
Weight
manifestation.
loss, physical appearance,
Yeah.
confidence, whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
else you said.
functionality.
Functionality,
So, like,
mobility,
pain.
injury prevention,
Mhm.
or injury rehabilitation.
Or
Yeah.
intrinsic motivation. They
Yeah.
are motivated by the fact that they would like to maybe be able to keep up with their kids, run with their kids in the field and play with them, right? So there's other motivations that are involved as to why people, sign up with us or sign up with, any sort of personal training company.
Yeah, and I think that that's a really great way to branch into my second question, because this is what caused me to forget my first question. And before I forget that one, okay. So as far as we've addressed some physical aspects and physical reasons for training, as well as ways to adapt the body via those training methods. Now, what if we just insert the mental aspect into those same exact lines of questioning? So, like, is there a program that you found you were drawn to at a certain point in your life because of your mental state? And is there a reason why you stuck with that program because it helped you maintain a certain mental state? That's my question.
I think in order to do any program, you have to be in the right mindset. If your mindset is not basically ready for it, you're going to quit. You're never going to stick with it. And that's why most people fail during these programs. I began making my own programming, but I did have a trainer. When I was 18, I hired a trainer and he got my ass in shape and he taught me how to do all the things that I do now. And that hiring the trainer really gave me that, like what you're talking about, where I just I had the mindset, I wanted to do it. I kept doing it. I kept seeing the progress. So I just kept continuing going forward. And eventually I actually outgrew my trainers and I had gotten a new trainer and he literally looks at me one day and he's like, "You bench more than me." And I said, "You're fired." No offense, bud.
Yeah.
But when you outdo your professor,
Mhm.
I think it's time to move forward. So
Oh, yeah.
I think the mindset
completely
had a lot to
disagree
do with
with
it.
everything you're saying.
I
So
don't know.
I think that not every day are you
Don't
gonna be
hire a trainer.
motivated. No, I
Don't.
also hired a trainer. So I this is almost similar to my story. I hired a trainer. and I was motivated. But I think a lot of people, as soon as they become demotivated, quit with personal training, whether it was with that personal trainer, and then they find a reason as to why it's not their fault, right? And they don't take the accountability. Like, we all know you're not seeing results because you're not following up with the nutrition at home, right?
Yeah,
That's
but that's
always
where
the
your
answer.
mindset has to be set. My mindset was
Right.
set. I'm
You're
getting
not letting
jacked
me
as fuck,
finish.
no matter what.
All right, you're not letting me finish.
Cut off.
Where I'm going with this is that, so I listened to a podcast and this really stuck with me. And it's been a while since I've listened to this episode, but we're not going to always be motivated to do things. Do you think if we weren't motivated to, I mean, how would you feel if we weren't motivated? So we just said, hey, we're not coming in today to work. We're not motivated. So hit that workout by yourself. You're not going to always be motivated to come in and work out with your coach. But as long as you're willing to, exactly, as long as you're willing to come in and try to give the best amount of effort, eventually you might be remotivated. I have plenty of clients that have, what I call dips, right? They dip down, life happens. And I think the most important thing isn't necessarily having a coach, being able to have your coach bench more than you. It's about being able to have a coach that picks you up from the ground and tells you, because I've done this for every single one of my clients, it's okay. Life happens. Let's take a 2-week, and not hiatus off of training, but like hiatus off of focusing on the skill. Let's really just understand our body. And if you're going, like, I have clients that have lost family members, lost husbands, who have had big, huge moves, who have, gone through really traumatic things with me. And that's been my biggest thing with my clients, is making sure that they understand that life's going to happen. And just because you're not seeing progress in these 2 weeks, that doesn't mean you should give up, or that doesn't mean you should try something else, because you can keep trying something else, but the same thing's going to happen over and over.
All right, so back to what we actually should be fucking talking about, is how to structure your own workout program, which I'm going to tell you now. You find out why you're doing it, what you want to do. You structure how many days a week you can fucking work out and spend only 1 hour a day minimum in the gym. It could be 3 days. It could be 2 days. You have to figure out how many days you'll dedicate. After you figure that out, then you split your muscle groups, okay, into those days that you have. For a 3-day split, a really good split, push, pull, legs. Oh my goodness. Super simple. Very easy to follow.
And ladies, 2 leg days, 1 upper day, and give yourself a specific, measurable, and attainable goal, right? Something that's attainable. If you don't think it's attainable to go to the gym 5 days a week like Justin, then don't set that goal for yourself.
That's what I'm telling you.
Give yourself the 2-day a week. Give yourself a really attainable goal. If you know that you can probably do an hour, but you usually give up after 45 minutes, and say a minimum of 45 minutes. Don't give yourself the goal of an hour if you're going to give up after an hour. 45 minutes, 2 times a week. And I'm going to make sure that my nutrition is on point Monday through Friday at a minimum, right? Yeah. Specific, measurable, and attainable goals.
That's a 3-day split.
So it sounds like we have, we have a decent, or we have 2 good applicable splits. We have, a plan for our nutrition.
I think if you're a woman, you should do legs at least twice a week and 1 upper day. But if it's not applicable for you, then 1 upper day, 1 lower day.
Yep. I'm going to be honest with all you. A 3-day split is the lowest split that I would go with.
Talking over everyone.
I don't fucking care. I'm telling you the truth.
Yeah.
3-day split
3-day splits
is the lowest split you should go with if you want to see any fucking progress.
That's accurate. At
100%.
least every other day. But as far as, so we've got our senses of application. Now, whenever it comes to, understanding that there are certain motivating factors that every person has, and as a trainer, we get the opportunity to look at people and understand through talking with them and working with them and monitoring their progress, what really works for them.
Yeah.
So, some people are, happy-go-lucky, like, oh, tell me I'm great, and I'm gonna push harder because I love those compliments. And some people are, you're a fucking pussy, bro. You lift less than my grandma, and she's got 1 leg. Like, some people need that.
Yeah.
So I think you need to understand what motivates you intrinsically, and then set your standards and your goals accordingly. Because if you're setting goals for yourself based off of the negative self-talk that you've learned is motivational from watching people around you, but that's not necessarily what builds you up and causes you to keep going, then you need to create an environment of self-talk in your own head that is conducive to where you're going to keep pursuing your goals, and you're going to be able to feed off of that.
I agree with that 100%. I have my own self-talk, and I am that guy that, come on, pussy, do this fucking rep. Don't be a bitch. You're gonna hit this weight, and that
I
is literally the
generally
entire
feel like
workout.
that type of talk is what works for most trainers, honestly, because that's what works for me. And plenty of times Justin has walked in the house and I'm screaming at myself in the gym, like, come on, you fatty, let's go. Now, that
Damn.
doesn't mean that that's how I talk to other people, but that's how I talk to myself to get myself motivated. You're weak as fuck.
I have a pretty unique coaching strategy depending on the person.
My self-talk is like,
This is
I don't think
my
it's
own
similar to you
self-talk.
guys.
Again, this
Mine's-
is my own self-talk.
I've always held I've played sports my whole life, so I've
Yeah.
always had a standard for myself that like I am not bitching out of this. We're
I've
gonna
played
fucking
sports
do
my whole life
this.
too, and I
Yeah.
think that the coaches and
Well, this
both
is in
him
the
and I
coaching.
have had pretty hard coaches.
Yeah.
Those coaches, I think, shape your self-talk
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Because like
100%.
I was always being screamed at, get on the other mat. You're doing a plank for the entire
Yeah.
time because I, bent a knee in a stunt. So
Yeah.
I mean that
good
talk
coaching.
worked for me.
I talk to myself like I'm a king.
Jesus Christ. of
Oh
course he does.
wow, here we
King.
go.
And
Oh,
that's like fucking like that's it. When I'm honed in,
So
I'm
what
like,
do you tell yourself?
he
You're
strokes his ego.
king,
I owe
Ollie.
it to
He's
myself.
like, yo, look at these glorious.
No, I
biceps.
straight up fucking owe it to myself.
Yeah.
If I'm not accomplishing like my highest potential, then I'm fucking up. Like
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. I do owe myself, the best out of myself.
Yeah.
And so like, that's kind of me talking to more so the weak side of myself when I don't want to like do a workout. But then I also have those days where I'm really positive about it. I'm like, you know what, man? Like you don't want to do this workout, but it's an opportunity to become mentally stronger because you don't want to do it. So you really got to delve into it and delve deep.
Now
Today-
that's exactly going along with
just
what
happened.
I just said, which is that
Just
you're
happened.
not always going to be motivated and that you
Yeah.
might have to just show up and do it. And
Yeah.
that's the problem with what I was saying, when people start to hop around and they start to think that it's a certain particular person that's going to help them get to where they want to go. It's not always that. It's like, hey, sometimes you just have to do it even when you don't feel like doing it. Plenty of times I don't feel like working out. Plenty of times I'll be
Thank
real
God
with
I
you right
exist.
now, Instagram. Plenty of
I'll
times I
fucking
don't,
make her go to the
listen,
gym.
shut up. Plenty of times I don't feel like fucking making reels with Justin, making videos,
You're
but
fucking
I
kidding
do
me.
it, right? So it's just like you just got to do it. If you get up and you go to work, and I actually heard Joyce Myers talk about this because I love her. She's a Christian motivational speaker, but she was talking about, okay, Justin, this is pretty serious. Okay, thanks. So Joyce Myers was talking about how she goes and walks 5 miles on a treadmill every time before she goes and works out with her trainer. And that your flesh can talk to you. So your flesh can, negatively speak to you. So her flesh was like, am I going to have to do this the rest of my life? And she was like, but then I had to quickly tell myself, like, that's my flesh talking. Would I say that about work? I get up and go to work every day, and I put so much effort into what I have to do to get up and get ready to go to work. I get up, I shower, put my makeup on, I get dressed. I get my food ready for work. I get in the car and I drive to work. But yet I find a problem with having to do this every day that's only going to make me be able to get up and do these things. And that's where I think people, sometimes get lost in that, finding the right motivation for them and finding the right self-talk, is that the self-talk is just do it.
Yeah, it needs to be like in depth, because if you don't get in depth, you're never going to solve your problems.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just
And-
treat with surface level like bandages for mental wounds, and that's what you get. It peels off and you fucking fall
Yeah.
apart.
Motivation's
exactly what I was
temporary
getting
as
to.
well, people. So don't rely on motivation because it only lasts so long. Once the motivation burns out, then you have to
Yeah.
rely on your determination.
Yeah.
And your fucking mindset.
You got to know
So-
what keeps you driven.
Motivation gets you amped up. Determination keeps you going. Okay. These are things you need to implement in your workout programming. Oh my goodness. Let's get back to the topic
So,
of the day.
Here's the topic. I got something. I got a really good question for the
Here
topic.
we go.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Okay. So, if you were going to give people 3 workouts that they must have in their routine 100%, what would you give them?
Like workouts, like exercise specifically, or
Yes.
like, okay, 3 staple workouts that are needed.
I can't wait for this because I already know I'm going to disagree with it. So go for it.
No, I'm going to say for certain, if you want a good, strong looking physique and you want to be strong as a man, because Abby's going to say I need 85 fucking leg days a week because that's what she always says. I think you need squats, deadlifts, and bench. Fuck off.
I
Oh,
knew you were going to say that, but
100%.
not everybody can squat.
Yes, they can.
When you have serious injuries, no, not
Everyone
can
can squat in some
You have a
certain
herniated
way.
disc in your neck. Can you squat?
Yes, if you
Okay.
use the right equipment.
If you use no equipment.
Is exactly, you can bodyweight squat, dude. Sit the fuck down, stand up. I guarantee you can do it. And if you can't, well, we got serious fucking problems.
What do you think?
I'm gonna wait on that because I'm gonna come up with safer exercises. So,
Okay.
Nah,
What
if
is
you're
your
safe,
staple?
you get nowhere in life, kids. Don't listen.
I think you need to. I'm gonna go with more so compound motions because it'll give like a full body workout. I'd say if you're a healthy, adult human being, you should be able to do clean and jerk, as well as okay, so clean and jerk. Let's
it's your
say bent
question.
over rows. I gotta add it. Like I gotta put it all
He
together.
doesn't even know.
All right, I was thinking of it. Okay, so clean and jerk. At push-ups, they're so
Yeah.
versatile.
Yes.
You can
Yeah.
do so many
Stole
different
mine.
forms.
Damn it.
Well,
And
I
then,
think as a man, push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups,
Yeah.
simple fucking
then
at-home shit. If you're not doing that,
squat.
well, you need to.
you need the fucking squats, guys. I can't stand these
Yeah, dude.
dudes.
Come on,
They
man.
look at themselves in the mirrors and they're like, all you see is the mirror, and then their legs are cut off, and that's all they actually see. Because you realize that's all they see when they come into the gym, and their upper half is fucking yoked,
Yeah.
and then their tiny
Well,
little toothpick legs.
Nowadays, they cover it with the pants. So women, if you're looking for a man with like some good legs, like if he wears pants to the gym every day, that's not your guy. He's covering his calves. He's covering his little.
So
tiny
I'm gonna
fat.
say I think these exercises are great and they're great foundation builders. So I think a glute bridge, because again, I'm looking out for people who might be injured. So a glute bridge on the floor, lying glute bridge can actually assess a lot of things. It can assess when you see someone doing a glute bridge, posture problems that may need to be worked on, and that may need to be worked on before they can start doing a bench press, Justin, or squats or any of that stuff. A wall sit, because I think that's important for people to be able to keep their back flat, work on their quads, and I think again it's engaging the core, so it's working multiple muscle groups, and your calves and other muscles in there as well. And I also think that a curl to press, and why I say this is because it works multiple muscles in the upper body. It also works your core. I know plenty of trainers out there that also are on the same board with Justin and I. We don't always hit abs a lot, but you can get abs by doing a lot of exercises that also engage your core. Okay. Anyway,
Are we all flashing?
Abdominals. I never do sit-ups, even though I said you should.
Right. So, anyways, I'm just saying that it's a great exercise because it does help people to really feel their abdominals and their core and understand how to engage them while also working upper body. So, lying glute bridge, curl to press, wall sit, I think are great foundational
Yeah.
exercises.
Those are only 3. I have a lot more that I'd give you, but the question was 3.
Yeah.
Those are my 3.
Yours was.
I would add an
geared
over.
towards men.
First off, it's geared towards men, strength training and bodybuilding specifically. And I would throw in an overhead barbell press, of course.
Yeah,
Mhm.
again,
Because that
working
is
the
full
shoulders
body.
and the core.
Standing with the barbell, pressing it overhead is very difficult. And
Yeah.
that fucks your core up.
Yeah.
Men.
Yeah.
So if you don't like
Absolutely.
sit-ups, do overhead presses. Do heavy
Notice
squats.
we didn't say anything about cardio.
Yeah, no one cares about that.
Well, here's
You
the
should
thing.
probably include running and swimming.
Swimming
I think
is
swimming is
the
awesome.
greatest
Yep.
cardio ever. I
Low
swam a
impacts.
season
High resistant.
in 8th grade. I was a baller. I ain't gonna lie, but I fucking hated that. It was the worst practice, worse than football, worse than any conditioning I ever did. It was extremely hard. I've never sweat in a pool, and it was disgusting.
Ugh.
But it was fucking great.
It's
Ugh.
awesome.
I was super shredded. So if I want to get shredded again, I probably should swim, but I'm not gonna do it. But it is really good for the joints.
yeah.
Doesn't impact like anything. You're pretty much weightless in there. So like if
Oh
you
my
do have
God.
injuries, that would be the best exercise for you is hop your ass in the pool and swim.
Yeah, it's
Even
amazing.
just treading water.
Yeah, treading
difficult.
water, aerobics. What was Roosevelt was telling us something about creating waves and then pushing them away?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
But
get these weird
I'm
waterways.
Right.
He said-
I'm laughing,
he said,
but it's
I
actually
make claps.
awesome. Yeah,
I
he
make
makes
clap.
claps.
Hey,
And
I mean,
so
That's
you can do something as simple as make claps. You can
Yeah.
get some foam weights.
Pump it
Again,
up.
it's that resistance in the water or working out in the sand. So
Yeah.
get on the beach, do some body weight squats on the beach, do some lunges, right? It's like the sand has that resistance. It makes that much
Yeah, the
harder.
sand
oh yeah,
sucks.
and you run on sand.
Yeah,
Woo!
your feet aren't gonna like you. For that.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Shins, a lot of things. It's an unstable surface. It's very odd for your feet to react to that
Yeah.
and your whole body.
Oh yeah.
But swimming's a really good exercise, cardio wise. I think if you're really struggling, fucking walk, dude. Start with a walk. It starts with something, and if you're not doing
Okay, I
anything,
think we
walking
should
is
move
better.
on back to the topic. So I think we should focus on what sort of sets that we all kind of try to gear towards clients, and what things that we see on the internet that maybe makes us cringe set and rep wise. Because I know we all have something.
I'm
to say
not in
on that.
disagreement with anyone's techniques. I've used all different sorts of rep schemes. I use 20 reps, 25 reps, 50 reps, 100 reps sometimes. I mean, it really just depends on what you're trying to do. And I like to challenge myself. I've been doing this a long time. These are not for just beginners. You have to realize that sometimes when these people are showing off on the internet, they're showing off for the internet because they can, but they've trained a long time and their body can sustain this.
Yeah.
And not just like the average Joe can just go in and like rip 5,000 pull-ups. Your arms and your fucking shoulders, your elbows are going to be destroyed. Not for everyone. But if they've trained that way and it works for them, that's great. So I don't really disagree with anything. I've seen some cringeworthy exercises, but if they're able to perform them, good for you.
Yeah. I don't necessarily mean cringeworthy exercise, I mean more so like cringeworthy programming. So I think that, everybody's getting an alarm here.
SOS. Someone got stolen.
So this is
Joe
what I mean.
Biden.
So I think that just like we've talked about where, sometimes motivation changes, right? So yes, hypertrophy is definitely anywhere between, 6 and 12 reps and above, right? And drop sets are awesome for weight loss and all sorts of things like that. But there's been plenty of times where we've all come together and maybe chatted about what's best for a client. Hey, this client is struggling. This is what I was doing for weight loss. Where should I go with it now? And sometimes if they're getting really demotivated, they're really having a hard time getting work through, the 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps of an exercise. Sometimes we change programming and we change it between, quick sets of, 3 sets. Maybe there's 2 exercises that are, 12 reps, and there's 2 exercises that are 30 seconds of quick little hit, cardio. Whereas maybe we used to do a minute of, hit cardio, but now it's just changing and bringing that cardio down to a shorter amount of time, but bringing it down to 3 sets of more exercises. So sometimes, again, it's not just something that we just guess on. The programming has science to it. It's science-based, and it's actually based off of motivation as well, and what's going to work best for the client to help them get back on track. So maybe the goal isn't to stay 3 sets of forever, but the goal was to stay 3 sets for a month to get their endurance back up, to get them back excited about it, and now we're back on hypertrophy.
Yeah, I mean, everything changes in this workout world. Sets, reps. I agree with all. I don't think there is one rep scheme or set scheme that one client has to use. I think all are usable when they're ready.
Yeah.
So it's not really can they do it? It's when can they do it?
Yeah. And I would say the real benefit of having a personal trainer is the fact that you have someone that's been so invested into the fitness industry that they actually decided to pursue a career path in it.
Yeah.
So, you do know that as long as they have experience or adequate experience and have been diligent in their own practices and studies, that they've experienced and, gone through a lot of ups and downs with their own fitness journey, just like everyone does. We're all humans.
Injuries.
Exactly.
Setback.
Perfect.
Fat gain.
Yep. And
Motivation
with
loss.
different clients.
yeah. So, what we
Depression.
develop is a skill to acknowledge and, adapt to those setbacks and those changes in life. So we've gone through a lot of different programming, a lot of different training, and we've assessed and set up systems within our own minds that allow us to,
Move quickly.
take from. Oh, I thought you were telling me to move quickly.
No,
Quickly,
Move quickly.
Alejandro.
I was
Finish.
planning on that. That allow us to
Wrap it
move
up, B.
quickly,
Wrap it up.
when we're thinking about programming for our client or reprogram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because sometimes it is in the moment.
Yeah.
But I think that, that expertise and that development allows us to cater programs to you that not only are going to help you mentally and physically, but sometimes are even going to help you spiritually, because people have unique little factors in their body that make them tick. And if you can get those to start operating like at full speed, the mind catches up, the soul catches up. It's like everything. If you get, what I'm talking
You
about.
become a complete psychopath.
Yeah. Have you ever had one of those clients that like, you made it work for them and it clicked and you saw them just skyrocket and take
Oh
off?
yeah, I make all sorts of noises when I'm doing something, like a squat to press, beep boop, and like people love that. You know what I mean? And I've even had clients that have actually like mimicked that noise because they thought they went along with it. But like it's about knowing what ticks for them, and it's about knowing, like I said, moving quickly on the dot, right? When they're in front of you, like, okay, hey, this exercise didn't work. This obviously they came in demotivated today, because again, motivation can change day to day. So it's about, when hiring a professional, there's a lot of things that we can help you with that most people don't even think about, and the value when they're looking at personal
If you're
training.
going to hire a trainer and you need motivation, you do not want Mr. Dull Pants fucking standing around with his hands in his pockets, not amping you up. And I'll tell you, I've seen it over and over.
I'm frozen.
It's not the trainer that you want.
Yeah.
I'm in there fucking screaming like I'm doing the workout with you. Now, not everybody wants that, but it does work well for the clients that I've been training.
Who'd you see respond really well to that?
Zach and Adam specifically. Now, Zach has become a complete psychopath because of me, because now he's bringing my sayings into his household. He's like, dishes aren't done. Those should be done already, which I tell him, like, why isn't that workout done? That should be done already, bro. So he's like literally bringing it home. And now Adam's like, bro, you've turned him into a psycho.
Yeah,
But
wait till he starts saying doggy.
He does.
Nutty.
Doggy. Yeah, baby. And now he's like, Adam's like, I can't get rid of you. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Go.
So sorry, buddy. But quickly, I'd like to go over maybe our workout split really quick, just to give you an idea of what kind of splits you can do on your own time. So like my split right now, I'm on a 5-day split. We have a chest, back, a leg day, shoulders, arms, legs, and then we go back to back and chest.
Nice.
My split is I try to do 2 to 3 leg days. Right now it's been 2. I'm going to up it to 3 next week, but it's 2 leg days, quads and glutes, hamstrings and glutes. And then I, reverse those 2 upper body days. Sometimes it's either shoulders, back and buys, chest and tries, or I'll do, chest and back. And then I'll put shoulders and biceps and, triceps together. So it really just depends which week, I'm feeling on doing.
Yeah, my splits are because I've been in fight camp.
Punch, kick.
Yeah, yeah. Monday is a 2-a-day, so start off with 30 minutes to an hour of cardio first thing in the morning. Then I go to sparring and practice for 2 hours. Tuesday is recovery and active like mobility based training. So it's basically like swimming, more cardio again. And then, range of motion drills that are focused on joint care. Then Wednesday, I'm back to sparring. And then Thursday, I'll do like another 2-a-day. So cardio event in the morning. And then more mobility and functionality training. Friday, sparring night. So nothing but sparring. And then Saturday, I just fucking kind of go like that's a hit or miss. Sometimes I go balls to the wall. Sometimes I'm like, fuck, I need a sleep day.
But this is like sport specific. It shows you how much dedication you need to actually even do an amateur fight.
Yeah.
He's not pro yet.
If you want to fucking win.
He's doing all this work for an amateur fight, which is amazing. It's dope because he's going to go pro. And I know he's going to knock this motherfucker out. I'm ready, Dougie. But you got to see like how much time he's putting in. He's doing 2 days. Not everyone has all this time. If you don't have time, do a 3-day split.
See,
push both legs, baby.
Might not be for you.
It could be. If you're a fighter.
If
you have a routine. If you're a bodybuilder, you now have a routine.
If not, and you want to be,
if you're a woman,
hire an Ollie.
And you want a booty, you got a routine.
All right, guys. So that's a wrap up for
Trainer.
today on Operation Hustle. Every Friday, you can join us live on Facebook at Abs Fitness LLC or YouTube, Abs Fitness Film House, 2 to 2:30 p.m. It's only a 30-minute quick podcast. We talk about a variety of topics. You can hire us for in-person or virtual training, nutritional counseling, boot camps at www.absfitnesstrainer.com. You can find us on Instagram at absfitness_brand in Florida. And now Justin's running his other account, so absfitness_brand in Florida 2. Okay. And TikTok is
Absfitness Tampa and YouTube. We said YouTube.
I said YouTube. So throw out your handles quick.
Trainer_Torres. Everything. TikTok, Facebook,
boom.
Instagram.
That's smart.
Boom.
Keep it all the same, motherfucker. Absfitness LLC on Facebook. Bye.
Adios.